as you heard in the introduction, as the chief nurse at Ganey, I have access to really the largest databases in the country that show what is happening with our nursing workforce. And just in February, so last month, we updated all of our data sets around nursing engagement. And I've kind of dubbed my roadshow for the next few months as making the case for hope. And that is because what we are seeing in the national nursing engagement picture is that nursing engagement is actually starting to stabilize, and in some organizations, improve across the board. So it does look like the 2021 data set was probably our lowest point. Many organizations have stabilized in their data sets in 2022. And what we're seeing is that in magnet organizations in particular, that those organizations are actually improving at a much more dramatic rate. So overall, when we look at the kind of key indices of nursing engagement, like resilience, which is measured by the subscales of activation and decompression, we're seeing that those things are actually starting to improve slightly across the board. So I think there is reason for hope, and I do think we are starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. But let me say one other thing about overall engagement for nurses. So we know from our data sets that one of the key ways to drive a positive practice environment is to reduce the friction points that nurses experience in their everyday work. So it's not that nurses don't want to go to work every day and deliver the best care. They do, but we put so many barriers in place by having poor processes, friction points. We don't have enough resources in non-nursing departments, so nurses take on the brunt of other things that don't require their skill set. Having psychological safety is the fundamental element and cornerstone of any good safety, quality, reliability, and service approach. So, and when I say service, I mean things like engagement, patient engagement, employee engagement, and not having psychological safety creates all kinds of problems, especially for the workforce and driving burnout. We believe and understand that a multi-channel continuous listening strategy is what we are seeing in the top decile performing organizations in terms of engagement, culture, and safety. That those organizations have fully integrated a high reliability approach with a continuous listening strategy. In order to hear from employees and the people who are doing the work where these friction points exist. We've gotten so good at this on the patient experience side that we can tell you, we can predict for you based on the type of friction that a patient might experience, say scheduling a physician's appointment or trying to get a test done in a hospital. We can predict where their engagement is going to be and show how that friction impacts their overall engagement. We're now developing the same type of intelligence around employees.